Hey all, and welcome back to my channel. And you know the drill, please subscribe, leave a like, and comment if you would like to. That would help me so much, and I would appreciate it so much. And thanks so much in advance. And share this video with friends, co-workers, family, who also will get the chance to see. And the channel, my channel, a little news channel about what's happening in Tinseltown right now, and what's the big caps in the entertainment world at the moment. So yeah, if you just hit that subscribe button and leave a like, and then it's just get straight to it, because there is a lot about Spider-Man just to cover. It's kind of like a what if series of its own. You know, the new Marvel announced series, the What If comics. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like what if, and what's happening, and people are like hoping that he's coming back to the MCU. But we'll talk about that in just 2 seconds. So let's get to the video, all, and thank you all for please remembering to subscribe and leave a like. Thank you all so much. Thank you, and onwards to the next one. Sony has been now officially closing the door for a Spider-Man return with a Sony MCU deal. They are now intent on doing it their own way. They say they are grateful for their opportunity and their work with Marvel, but they now are in a place where they have their own universe, so they want to expand on it on their own. So kind of like putting it into the Venomverse and all those. They got those Morpheus kind of spin-off with the bad guys, and now they got the Web Slinger himself coming to fight the bad guys, and we get the origin story first, and then we can get some Spider-Man action in the second one. So they're kind of like saying, oh, they're great over at Marvel, and they did great with building Spider-Man up to what he is kind of today, but that they too have great people under them, and now they're ready to kind of do it their own way. So instead of the MCU, it's going to be SUMC instead for him. But it doesn't really, I mean, fans have really been hoping that there was just a little inkling of a chance that they could work it out. But with a tweet today, Sony's chief, I can't remember his name, Chief Tony Vinciquerra, closed that door totally with the tweet saying that that door is closed for now, and they are intending on doing their own universe with Spider-Man as the center. But at least an interesting question for the Spider-Man MCU future, because spoiler alert if you haven't seen the post-credit scene for Far From Home, so please do jump 20 seconds ahead and you'll hear more. But there is the post-credit scene of him being outed, and that's kind of like up in the air, one of the big questions. And I know there isn't a Spider-Man movie slated anyway to come before a few years, but it is something they're gonna have to address. So is he going to die in the MCU, or what? Because he can't just vanish without people like going, hey, what's up? Because the MCU has kind of been building him up, so there are some expectations to that character, and to him kind of like taking on the mantle of a real Avenger, and the other mantle of people who have seen the movies know. So yeah, there's a big question about that, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. And the tweet also said the door wasn't closed yet, but apparently Sony wants to do a few movies and stuff with their own thing without Marvel. So immediately he's kind of out for the next few years, I would say. But of course, nothing is without limits and doubts, so it's possible that it's a power play or power trick, but I don't believe so. It's been going on for a week or two now, and it's been going back and forth, and it's kind of like this is him coming out, closing that door and saying, okay, stop guys, no more debating, is he coming back or what, because this is it. because earlier there was talk about new deal in works and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very serious tweet to come out with. So we'll just have to see what the MCU is going to do in the future, especially if this holds true that Spider-Man is no longer in the MCU. And also one of the reasons that they said Feige was a little too stretched out with all the new characters being announced for the Phase 4 lineup and all those superheroes having to have made a story, and Feige is kind of like he has a finger in all of them, so they feel like he's stretched thin and that he has done all he can with the Spider-Man character and brought him as far as he can, and that they can do the rest of the legwork and get him in goal. So we'll just have to wait and see, and hope for the best. So what are your thoughts about that? Comment down below, and yeah, just comment about it, because it's kind of like a big deal, you know. And keeping in line with Marvel and Marvel Studios, we got the announcement for the nominees for the People's Choice Awards, and they're kind of like dominating the field. And if you take account that it's a Disney owned property, it's kind of like totally out there, because they also got like Toy Story 4 and what is the last one? It's Lion King, which is also nominated, which is kind of like a big deal. That's only 3 other movies that are nominated is not owned by Disney. So Disney's chances are way beyond the 50% chance of getting that award. And last year, the winner was probably not a big surprise, but of course Avengers Infinity War. And this time we have Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man Far From Home. And of course Spider-Man Far From Home is distributed by Sony, but still it is a Disney related movie, and especially this one is very high on it. And the other nominees for Best Picture is John Wick 3, Us, and Hobbs and Shaw. So what do you think about those odds, and who do you think is going to take home the prize? Is it going to be one of the superhero movies, or one of the other two Disney-owned movies, or is it going to be one of those 3 non-Disney-owned properties? I guess we'll just have to see. And also in the bests, I can go down here and check who's nominated. So I do know that in Best Male Movie Actor, they also dominate, where we have Robert Downey Jr., of course Endgame, Chris Hemsworth, of course also Endgame, and Tom Holland, Spider-Man and Far From Home. And continuing the Disney-owned line, we have Will Smith, Aladdin, and Samuel L. Jackson, Captain Marvel. And yeah, only 3 others are nominated, like Keanu Reeves for John Wick 3. I think he's one of the big top runners to go along with Robert Downey Jr. for this one. And also Dwayne The Rock Johnson from Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw is nominated, and Adam Sandler for Murder Mysteries. And of course also Best Female Actors, we also do have a lot of Marvel-owned properties or Disney-owned properties, and of course some superheroes among them. We have Scarlett Johansson from Avengers Endgame, of course, and Zendaya from Spider-Man Far From Home, and Sophie Turner, Dark Phoenix, which of course was a Fox but became a Disney-owned property. And then Brie Larson for Captain Marvel. So also there it's like 4 others are only nominated for that category besides those guys. And Best Action Star is also kind of heavy on of course the Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home guys like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Tom Holland. And going with the Brie Larson also, and going with the Disney-owned ones, of course Sophie Turner from Dark Phoenix. And only 3 others are nominated, and Keanu Reeves, who I believe has a real shot at competing with Robert Downey Jr. for it. And so we also have Halle Berry from John Wick 3, and we have Dwayne Johnson. So that's kind of like the big people's choice. They're dominating those big categories. Also, the best action category, which of course includes Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man: Far From Home, Captain Marvel, X-Men, Dark Phoenix, and besides those are Shazam, John Wick 3, Fast and the Furious, and yeah, those are kind of like it. So they're kind of like dominating the field for People's Choice Awards. So they are doing something right, or just because they own 37% of the industry. So who knows? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. And Joaquin Phoenix was out talking about his Joker role in the big Joker movie, which is kind of said to be an Oscar-nominated movie, and probably an Oscar nomination for him as well. And he's out saying that he didn't get any other inspiration from the other Jokers, from Jack Nicholson's Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker, or Jared Leto's Joker. Instead, he actually, the laugh he got from maniacally, a disease where you maniacally or you laugh constantly, and he was just watching patients with the disease and how they act, and he would sort of mimic it, and use that as an inspiration. So yeah, and I'm just checking if there's something I've left out. Yeah, and of course, also one of the reasons was that he wanted to do it his way and not like any other, and kind of make the role his own, which of course also is the best thing, because you don't want to see like Heath Ledger's Joker kind of being taken off of, because yeah, rest in peace of course to Heath Ledger, who was a great Joker. And also even taking Jack Nicholson's role, who is still alive, is like iconic role, so people would frown a lot on it. So yeah, he would of course make it his own, and he also got that advice from the directors and stuff like that. So yeah. And just quick, this news video has been all about Marvel, and I've dropped one already this week, and I will be dropping one more this week, because this is very Marvel heavy and Spider-Man heavy, but I promise to bring you news about exactly Spider-Man when it drops. So but this is very heavy on that, and just including some of the news, which is why I'm having to look. But yeah, this is just about centering mainly about superheroes and stuff like that. So just this is a second out of 3 videos this week. Yeah, thank you. And just in a little quick tidbit, J.J. Abrams was out talking about the rise of the Skywalker, which he's back in the helm, and at the helm, of course it's called. He made the first one, Force Awakening, was cut out from the second one and was brought back for the third one, because the second one got so much heavy critique and was kind of like an not very Star Wars-ish movie. So he's out saying that he's actually appreciative of the critique, because he doesn't want to make something that people aren't interested about. So he enjoys the critiques, and he takes it to him, and he uses it for a better good, because as he says, you have to appreciate the fans. You can't just ignore them. You have to kind of appreciate it. That's what Rhino did in The Last Jedi. He kind of did a fan service, and then kind of like ignored all the fans in the second and third act of the movie. So, but take it as you want. I'm kind of like looking forward to this one for once. I was looking forward to The Last Jedi, but was totally disappointed. But this one, I'm kind of having high hopes for, because it sounds like he's going to be fixing the whole debacle and all the plot points that's The Last Jedi left. So here's hoping. And just a little thing for the last bit here. It too has been, the Rotten Tomato score has been revealed. The critics have been out giving it a 79% score, which is actually kind of fresh. So I'm kind of looking forward to it, because the first one was kind of awesome, I think. So the second one I know it, but I know what it's about and stuff like that. But I'm still looking forward to seeing it with today's effects and stuff like that. And I am totally opposed to a third movie, kind of like going off script and making something totally different and something that they want or the director want to do, which is something I'm not for. Just make the two movies as we know it and as we love it, and we'll be satisfied with that. But yeah, that was it, guys. Thanks this time for watching my video, and if you would please do subscribe and hit that like button and comment down below. I'll get to them all. I'll comment either in video or in the comment sections, and do share this video with friends, co-workers, yeah, just everybody in your network. And just a reminder, at the 50 subscriber mark, I will be having a giveaway where I'll be giving away a movie prop, and the movie prop will be, you'll just select which movie series you want something from, and I'll get you something, a surprise. And all you have to do for that is to be a subscriber and leave a comment, I'm here, down in the comment sections below, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. And also in that loop, share it with others, because the faster we get to 50, the faster we get the first giveaway, and I will be doing another giveaway and another giveaway and another giveaway at various marks and subscribers points. So, but thank you so much for watching this time, and all stay cool and safe all, and see you next time. Bye.